Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. It's I, Caboose 478 with you here. I haven't been recording or uploading or anything for quite a while because I was on vacation, and then other people were on vacation, and then all this stuff, and but here I am, and yes. So, might as well just start this off because it's, one, our 2-year anniversary, and obviously I promised you guys a Q&A video kind of thing, and two, I can finally say, with my actual voice, and not my keyboard, that just thank you guys so much for all the support these last 2 years, and getting us to where we are right meow, and giving us this helping us obtain partnership that's always cool, and rad, and wicked awesome, but sadly, I have an extreme lack of fancy editing skills. I'm not in the mood to use my webcam, and I'm not really good at the whole graphic thing, so this is probably going to be a very bland and boring question video with some picture of whatever the fuck, probably like Darkwing Duck or like Stoop Kid or something. Anyway, let's continue. First question is by Mr. Ancient Code. Why did you name yourself Caboose? Also, your favorite animal? I named myself Caboose because there's this Machinima series called Red vs. Blue, and one of the hilarious characters on that show is named Michael J. Caboose, so my name kind of just goes with that, but I don't really think of it that way anymore. I just think of it as something wacky and random in the back of a train. And my favorite animal at the moment would either be a narwhal or a walrus, because they're awesome, and if they mated, they would be a narwhalrus, which would be a very large, blubbery creature with both an awesome unicorn-like horn and a mustache. So, someone should get on that. Shoddy Silver asks, no, Team Fortress 2 equals S. Anyway, I guess my question will be, do you like long walks on the beach, and if so, at sunset? Because if so, you're the right match for me. I do not like long walks on the beach, Shoddy. Terribly sorry. But I do prefer long walks during the apocalypse. So, I'll walk with you on a beach during the apocalypse, if that ever happens anytime soon. And then, I am a pretty easy person to get to kiss on the first date. Oh. Okay, so Dragon Ball XX Dragon Ball ZX4X has a few questions. The first one is, what inspired you to start Let's Playing? That would be, I think there's a few other questions like this, but pretty much the person that inspired me to start Let's Playing was GNRFan 5000 or 500. There's a 5 in there. Yeah, so him. Question 2 is, why did you start a co-op channel? I don't really remember why we did start it, but it was kind of just like, we might as well make it one big channel, it'll help everyone out, and yada yada yada. And it turned out working out pretty well. Who is your favorite Let's Player? I would have to say, it's gonna be surprising to everyone, but not NCS. And not Sugar Conroy, and not Josh Jepson, but blink and you miss it. No, fuck that guy, I hate him. I'd just say my favorite Let's Player would either be Scottish Duck or Clement J. Something. There's some numbers I don't really remember. Question 4. Do you like the Dragon Ball series? Yes, I do, but I'm not a diehard fan. I mean, I'll watch it if it's on, and I've seen pretty much all the episodes before, but haven't really, I don't watch it often, or, as much as maybe, Paper Mario Guy, Shadow Mario Guy watches it. Well, definitely not as much as them. System Steven says, well, Caboose, here's my question. How do you become a member of the Koopa Ninja Bros? I can promise you and guarantee you, you will never, ever become a member of the Koopa Ninja Bros, because there are no members. It's just 2 guys on one channel. It's not a real group thing. 40 Blue Jay, how are you? You asked me 2 questions. Maybe I'll answer both of them. What is your favorite color? Green. And what is your least favorite color? Chartreuse. I don't even know. Honestly, if you showed me the color chartreuse, I probably wouldn't have known that it was that. I would probably say, out of your basic color wheel, purple is probably my least favorite. Shining Knight 23 asks, what is your favorite video game ever? And with that, I would have to reply that I have no idea. I always try to think of like my top 5 games, and I really don't know. It would be a tie between Portal, Kingdom Hearts 2, Wind Waker, and some other game. Damn it, phone call! Terribly sorry for that rude interruption by the man that helped create me. But he had to ask me questions and stuff. On to another question. Trauma Center Forever asks 2 questions, I think. Or, well, whatever. I think he probably posted them in multiple comments. Anyway, if you could team up with any 2 video game characters to fight the forces of evil, who would they be and why? And with that, I would say fuck the forces of evil. I'm going to fight against the forces of good, and I would team up with Ganondorf. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't team up with him, because that's the obvious answer, and I'm super indie and obscure and shit. So I would team up with, fuck it, I'll team up with, Ganondorf, why not? And, I would have to say, I don't know. I'm like, in my head right now, I'm going through all the, video game villains, and I would probably King K. Rool, because he's, like, well, no, Captain K. Rool, because then he's a pirate alligator, and that's great. And your other question is, for the lulz, do you like bees? No, I'm terrified of bees, even like bumblebees. Bumblebees, one of those little fluffy bastards that can't even hurt you, like I don't know. Snowy Cook, you have plenty of questions, and obviously I will answer them all because I love you, but I'm not going to organize them, so let's just start off. Awesome, I get to ask a question. That means it's time to spam. Question 1, do you really love me? I just said I did. You're reading my mind here, that's a little weird. James Bond 942? Snowick Hook does not ask stupid questions. Snowick Hook asks the best questions ever. So, you might want to take that one back. Question 2 by Snowick Hook. Will you go to the Grand Galloping Gala with me? Of course. Who isn't? Anybody who's anybody is going to the Grand Galloping Gala, and I would love for you to take me. Of course I will, Snowick Hook. Of course I will. Question 3. This is a 2-part question. Do you know the Muffin Man? And if so, how did you meet him? Yes, I do know the Muffin Man, and we met at a Muffinholics Anonymous. It was a little awkward, but we hit it off. And question 4, sodomy. That is all. I would probably have to say statutory rape. Yeah. That is all. And, of course, gotta have that one last question in there. Question 5, song in the video. It definitely sounds Zelda-esque, but also techno-y. I like it. I desire its title and artist, good sir. By the way, I have to type in a CAPTCHA, and I have to type in a CAPTCHA, and it says Dognestra. Don't know what that means, but annotation, link to song, go. Alrighty, so now Team Hobnob Channel asks, enjoy the vacation, dude. Here's a couple questions for you. Question 1, out of the Let's Plays you've done, which one did you enjoy the most? Um, Recording wise, I'd have to say Snowboard Kids 1 because I think that was when I started to become a lot less awkward and started talking louder as opposed to my um my Yoshi's Island Let's Play. And as some of you know, obviously I get ripped on for my infamous "Hey there, it's Caboose." So yeah, there's that. Favorite childhood game is question 2 by Team Hopnop. And with that, I would have to say, I'm not positive. It's kind of the whole, other situation. I don't really know. Maybe Ocarina of Time, probably, even though I never really beat it, or, got even more than, a third of the way through it as a child. Because I was, content with running around in the Kokiri Forest. Questions by Eastman Film. Question 1. Will you watch Meet the Feebles? No idea what that is. Question 2. Are you aware that if you don't watch it, I'll light your beard hat on fire? No, you won't. Because my beard hat is indestructible. And question 3. What is your favorite food? Well, last night at 2 in the morning, I discovered that grilled cheese made by French toast is amazing. But what's even more amazing is grilled cheese made with waffles. So, at the moment, my favorite food is grilled cheese with waffles. So good. So good. Oh, I can taste it now. Nero the Anikiomata says, do you have a PS3? If so, can you get Dead Island and play with me? I don't have a PS3, but I will be getting Dead Island. So if you decide to go buy an Xbox, then, sure, why not? What kind of games do you like other than Nintendo games? I like every kind of game except for DJ Hero. I'll play a dancing game, a racing game. No, I'm a little iffy on the racing games. They're meh, they're alright. Diddy Kong Racing, Mario Kart, those are fun. But, the real, all those, series racing games, I'm not a really big car person, so I don't really know what's going on in there. Yeah, pretty much that's it. So any kind of game. And I really suck at fighters, too. I'm terrible at those. I don't know how people memorize those commas. I just, hit, every button humanly possible I hit as many buttons as I can with my thumb as humanly possible, and then just constantly hit any other side button that may do some sort of special attack. And sometimes it works, but 90% of the time it fails miserably. What is your favorite arcade game? Time Crisis 3 all the way. Hands down. Every time there's an arcade with that game there, I play the shit out of that game. Just any Time Crisis game, really. I love Time Crisis. Time Crisis is the best rail shooter ever. I love rail shooters. Rail shooters are great. The Super Sympho asks, why do you like Let's Playing? And I'd have to say to that, I like video games. And I talk. I have the ability to speak. And, I like having you broskies around. You guys are cool. I like you guys. Keep up being cool, guys. And if you could do one thing over in your Let's Plays, what would it be? I have no idea. One thing over in all of them? Probably sucking less. I'd probably do that. I wouldn't practice the game before I played it, but sucking less would probably be a good option. The Dogbert7 asks, will you marry me? Yes, but there is a line. There's a whole list, and it takes a while, because, I don't do polygamy, so it's kind of I have to marry someone, and then I have to divorce them, and I have to marry them, so it takes a while, but eventually I'll get around to you, Dogbert, I promise. Echidna645 asks, we've all seen games you've LP'd, but I have 2 questions. What other games do you like to play that we haven't really seen? And what is your favorite franchise? Can be Nintendo or non-Nintendo. Favorite franchise, I'm going to go with a generic one, probs Legend of Zelda. Well, I mean, technically, my favorite franchise is the Neverhood, technically, but that's not really a franchise. Yeah, what else? Oh wait, that's my favorite game of all time, by the way. The Neverhood, all the way. By the way, hands down, hands down. I love that game. That game is like everything. And what was your other question? What other games do you like to play that I haven't played yet? Shooters. I love the Fallout series. Uh, that's one of my favorite franchises, is the Fallout series. And yes, I have played Fallout 1 and 2, unlike most of you douchebags. So, yeah. An Anime Man 10118 asks, opinion on Hollywood Undead. Gonna end your question there, because I see more of it has to do with Hollywood Undead.